Man, this is a beautiful day to be on the water. We're going to catch a bunch of crappie using LiveScope. I'll show you exactly what I was using and how I did it. Let's get fishing.
Those dudes are some big sticks. They can do some serious fishing.
Alright, here's the first cast. You see it dropping down 45 feet from the boat. There's some nice looking crappie. It's just going over the top of one. It's like 40 feet out. There's my jig and weight. Coming over another school of a couple fish, probably some catfish with crappie. Look at the arrow underneath my jig there. That's a fish chasing the lure, and he just hit it.
There's one.
Right there, on the way to the boat.
Took a second. Couldn't really even see it there. Oh man, that's a good one. He looks small on the screen too. This is a big crappie. Get in the boat. Oh my goodness, look at the size of that toad.
This is a Bobby Garland baby shad swimmer in the monkey milk color. It was working on this fish.
Goodness gracious. Look at the size of that. 12, 13. 13 3/4. Look at the shoulders on that monster. Look at that. Look at the shoulders on that dude. 13 3/4. All right, my little buddy. Sorry about that. But we got you for din.
All right, here we go. You see the cast 40 feet from the boat. Coming above a school of some kind of fish. I'm hoping a crappie's in there. Can't really see the weight and lure. The wind was kind of blowing and it makes it hard to keep contact with your jig at all times. But there's a nice crappie right there. 10 feet from the boat, about 9 feet deep. There's my weight and jig dropping down to it. All right, there's the jig and weight coming down on top of the fish. That's a nice looking size fish. He saw it. Boom, he ate it.
Oh my goodness, this missed a big one.
But I missed it. You know what to do. Get it out there in a hurry. Make sure your soft plastic's lined up right. There you see a bunch of fish around the top of that tree right there. 35 feet from the boat, about 10 or 12 feet deep. There's my jig and weight coming down through the water 45 feet from the boat. I'm just kind of reeling this on top of the school of fish. It looks like they're looking at it. One of them just hit it right there on the way to the boat. Yes.
Small one, but that was probably catfish. No, that's a crappie. Dang. Got a big old school. Man, that's a good one too. Bottom lip. What's up with that?
This one on the Strike King Mr. Crappie Slabalicious in the glimmer blue color. It's similar to monkey milk. It's got that paddle tail. That fish liked it.
Right at 12 inches. Black crappie. Get in that boat right there. Thank you very much.
There I'm adjusting my forward range, shortening it up so I get better separation. There you see the jig about 33 feet from the boat, dropping down on top of that school of fish right there. No takers. So just noticed a couple more fish, so bring it on top of them. It's coming over one right there. He wasn't interested. Now we're coming up on that target fish that was in the circle, and boom, he just ate it. You couldn't really see it, but he is on the way to the boat. Got that on the Bobby Garland stroller in the monkey milk color. It's kind of a grub with a little paddle tail on the end of it.
11 and a half. Nice eating size. Look at that. Thank you very much. Let's visit your friends. Get in there.
Straighten that out. Make sure your soft plastic's lined up right. Okay, there you see my jig dropping down about 18 feet from the boat. It's coming on top of those fish right there. One of them,
There's one.
just hit it right there under the boat, on the way to the boat. Get in here.
That's what I'm talking about.
This is a nice eater-sized crappie. I think it's like 11.5 inches. The smaller fish just taste a lot better to me. Also, they seem to taste better when you catch them during cold water periods. I don't know why. I just like eating fish better that I catch in the late fall and winter.
Snap-inch black keeper. We're gonna keep that dude. Get in there.
There you see my jig dropping down 37 feet from the boat. There's another school of fish on a tree there. You see the weight and jig above the fish, and boom,
There's one.
one of them hit it right there on the way to the boat. That's a school of really nice sized 13.5 inch crappie.
Oh my goodness, is it? Oh man. This gives you an idea of the size of the fish in that school. Goodness gracious.
It's kind of hard to tell looking at the screen, but those were some good ones.
Look at the size of that toad right there. 12, 13, almost 13 and a half. Oh yeah. 13 and a half. Look at that toad. Get in that. Get in with your friends. All right, here's the setup. This is an 1/8 ounce nickel plated crappie magnet jig head. The keeper's cut off. This is 10-pound test mono. That's an 1/8 ounce slip sinker, but I really prefer the quarter. I just didn't have one tied. This is the Bobby Garland baby shad swimmer. It's got a little jointed body right here. Has a little paddle tail that I pinched off. That little jointed body gives just enough action. They really seem to like it. That's it.
Let's catch another one. There's my jig dropping out 22 feet from the boat, coming on a bunch of nice looking crappie, I believe. Now this jig and weight are above one. He just turned.
There's one.
Boom! He ate it. Yes.
Get up in here.
This fish was funky looking. It had some kind of a spine deformity.
This dude's all humpy looking. Got something wrong with his spine.
But I decided to eat him anyway.
I guess he'll eat good. That's pretty thick.
There's a nice looking crappie about 27 feet from the boat, 6 feet deep. He came and he got it. Boom! He ate it.
Oh, that's a catfish. Man, I was hoping that'd be a big crappie. Dang.
Fooled me though. Hey, go back and look at that LiveScope and tell me if you could tell that that was a catfish there. I looked at it. It fooled me. I thought it was a big crappie sitting there.
Get in the boat. Look at that big old toad.
Sometimes they just fool you. It was fun to catch either way. There's my weight and jig dropping down 27 feet from the boat. There's a group of crappie there on a tree, it looks like. There's my weight and jig. There's the jig and weight again, now coming on top of a couple fish. And it's dropping down to that one. There's the weight right above it. I just dropped it down to kind of entice them to bite. You want to shake it around, and that guy just wasn't interested, so I brought it back up to those other fish. Now there's a nice looking fish right there in the circle. That's a good looking fish. There's my weight and jig above it. You want to kind of Keep it just above them, twitch it, do whatever you can to get them to notice it. He just noticed it.
There's one right under the boat.
Boom! He ate it on the way to the boat.
Sucker's making me work for it. Get up in this boat. I need to catch about 2 more and work on it a day. $13.5-inch black crappie. Look at that. 13.5-inch black crappie.
Oh, there's another cast. That's about 47 feet out. There's a bunch of fish out there. I think there's crappie mixed in with some bass, catfish, who knows. It's coming on top of that one fish right there, 25 feet from the boat. There's my jig and weight by the arrow. Now we're about to drop it down on those bright looking fish right there.
There's one.
Boom! He hit it on the way to the boat.
Get in the boat, dude. Get in the boat. Now that is a nice crappie. Ooh, man. Look at the size of that. 12, 13, 14, 14 and a quarter. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that fat toad. 14 and a quarter.
There's my jig and weight dropping down 27 feet from the boat. There's a fish. He noticed it. Came right over. He's following it. Come on, eat it. He wasn't interested. But he turned back around. He's still interested. Boom, he hit it right there. Unfortunately, it's the wrong species.
It's a bass. Oh my goodness.
It's a largemouth bass, but they are still a lot of fun to catch.
That he'd go get himself a nice little snack. Get in the boat.
Go back and check that out. See if you could have told by looking at the LiveScope screen that was a largemouth bass. And if you could, let me know in the comments. It fooled me. I thought it was a crappie.
A pound and a quarter, pound and a half largemouth. Alright, here's a pro tip from someone who's not a pro. When you're casting, flipping these spinning reels, turn your reel like this. Not like this, turn it like this. Otherwise, a lot of times it'll get caught up on that handle. So if you turn your reel like this, you can flip it right out there. No problemo.
There's my jig and weight, just in front of the boat, 15 feet out or so, right on top of a nice looking crappie.
There's one.
He just ate it.
Right under the boat.
Right there under the boat, on the way to the boat.
Catfish. No, it's crappie. Dang. Well, just get up in this boat, dude. Get in here. Get in the boat. Thank you. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Catch one more. We're calling it a day. It's 12:18. 12, 13 and a half. 13 and a half. Black crappie. Look at that. Yes, sir. Get in a boat, buddy.
There's my weight and jig coming down 35 feet from the boat. That fish on the right there peeled off.
There's one.
He just hit it right there. You couldn't even see it. But he is on the way to the boat. Get in the boat.
I got some largemouth bass. No, that's a crappie. That's a good one. Get in the boat, dude. My goodness, he inhaled it. Alright, I'm catching one more after this and we're calling it a day. Look at that. 12, 13 and a half, 13 and a quarter. Black crappie. Get in the boat. Alright, one more. We are done.
There's a nice looking crappie, 37 feet from the boat. There you see my weighting jig coming towards the fish, just on top of it. And
there's one.
Boom, he ate it right there on the way to the boat.
Last fish of the day.
Man, I'm telling you, that is so much fun.
And it is a good crappie. Big old white crappie. Get in the boat, dude. Yeah, he choked it. Need surgery. Oh, he's bleeding. Sorry, dude. 12, 13 and a half inch white crappie. Let's look at him this side. Nice white crappie. Let's get in there. That's it. We're done. This is a 12-foot ACC crappie sticks. I use this one. That's the model. It's the GS12M, I believe. It's a Daiwa Fuego 2500 series. I either use the 10-foot or the 12-foot ACC crappie sticks. And we are calling it a day. Man, we got a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably like 10 or 12 or maybe more. I'll count them later. Nice ones. Well, caught 11. Couple hours fishing. Let a couple go. Caught some bass and catfish as usual, but that's a nice mess of fish there. I had a great time. I'm not gonna clean them. Stick them in the freezer.
Hey, thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate your support. Get out there and go fishing soon. See you next time.